is my meditation all the day, all the night, morning through night. And I delight in the law of the Lord, and on his law I meditate day and night. Morning Meditations with C.J. Marshall.
Good morning. Last time we looked at Habakkuk, and we said that Habakkuk was living in a time when Judah in the north and Israel in the south were split. And so there's all sorts of violence and injustice happening. And when we come to Habakkuk 1 and verse 5, we've already seen Habakkuk's complaint. We see the Lord's response. Pick up with me in verse 5. Look among the nations and watch. Be utterly astounded, for I will work a work in your days which you would not believe, though it were told to you. The Lord tells Habakkuk that he's about to do something about this perversion and injustice going on in Israel that he wouldn't believe it even if he told him. And then he says in verse 5, he tells him what he's doing. He says, verse 6, for indeed I am raising up the Chaldeans, a better and hasty nation, which marches through the breadth of the earth, to possess the dwelling places that are not theirs. They are terrible and dreadful. Their judgment and their dignity proceed from themselves. Their horses also are swifter than leopards and more fierce than eating wolves. Their chargers charge ahead. Their cavalry comes from afar. They fly as the eagle that hastens to eat. They all come for violence. Their faces are set like the east wind. They gather captives like sand. They scoff at kings, and princes are scorned by them. They deride every stronghold, for they heap up earthen mounds and seize it. Then his mind changes and he transgressions. He commits offense, ascribing his power to his God. God tells Habakkuk that he's going to raise up a nation to come and fix the injustice in Israel. And as we'll see later, that Habakkuk doesn't really like this plan, but God's plan is to use a godless nation to correct his children. They're described as terrible and dreadful people. Their judgments and their dignity proceed from themselves. That they are just all full of themselves. It makes you scratch your head and kind of wonder, what is God doing? This is similar to when God hardened Pharaoh's heart to perform many wonders in Egypt. God uses terrible people to accomplish his will, and he's going to explained to the prophet after Habakkuk's question on this. But the lesson here is justice does not go unpunished. God sees the justice, the injustice going on in Israel, and here's what he's gonna do about it. He's going to send the Chaldeans to set Israel straight. And may we always keep that in mind. God never lets injustice go unpunished. Injustice is always punished. We serve a righteous God. Let us rest in that. Thank you for joining me for another episode of Morning Meditations. May we be like the psalmist that says, "Oh, how I love you, Lord. It is my meditation of the day." See you next time.
Morning meditations, oh how I love thy law, it is my meditation all the day, all the night, morning through night. And I delight in the law of the Lord, and on his law I meditate day and night.